Hey there everyone, it's Martin Tennant again. How are you all doing? I hope you're all doing well. Welcome to another video lesson of mine. Today we're going to cover a slightly different topic today. How to tune your guitar. Now in case you haven't already worked this out, learning to tune your guitar and keeping your guitar in tune is very, very important indeed. It's a very important thing for every guitarist to know how to do and to always apply. And when I say that you need to tune your guitar every day, in fact no, more than that, you need to tune your guitar every single time to play. I well and truly mean that. You need to make sure you tune your guitar every day, at the very least, but ideally every time you sit down to play the guitar, you need to tune your guitar. The reason simply being that if you don't tune your guitar, then it's just going to sound bad no matter how well you play or whatever it is you play. You can be the most technical and gifted guitarist in the world, but if your guitar is not in tune, it just isn't going to sound good. And obviously the more out of tune it is, the worse your playing is going to sound. So in this lesson I'm going to show you exactly what to do every time you sit down with the guitar and get in tune, and right before you go with your practice routine. It will be very short. I'll go through it, the entire process, and explain exactly what you need to do, and it shouldn't take too long. This should be a fairly short lesson, but you will learn basically exactly what you need to do to tune your guitar, and to do it in an efficient manner as well, because it doesn't take too long to tune your guitar. It usually takes me 30 seconds because I've been doing it for a long time. But even if you've only started getting used to the idea of tuning the guitar and you're learning to do it, it should take you no more than a minute or 2 minutes if you're doing it slowly, but it shouldn't take any more than that. 2 minutes of your life every time you sit down to play, well worth it in the end, believe me. Your playing will sound good after, and the guitar will sound good after you've tuned up. So let's get started straight away with the actual lesson itself. Now for the purpose of this lesson, I have purposefully made my guitar out of tune. None of the strings are in tune, so we want it to be in standard, but at the moment all the strings, I've deliberately altered the tuning on all of them so that it would be out of tune. As you can tell, that sounds pretty horrible. Yeah, it just doesn't sound right at all. So what we're going to have to do, we're going to have to change the tuning, and we're going to tune up to standard tuning and get the correct pitch for each one of the 6 strings on the guitar. It might sound daunting to some of you people. It's actually going to be pretty straightforward. So what I've done here is I've got my guitar tuner app on my phone. Unfortunately, I used to have one of those guitar tuners that you clamp onto the headstock, but unfortunately my last one broke during a gig because someone decided it would be a good idea to throw it about, and he broke it. So I currently haven't got one to use for this lesson. However, I could demonstrate how to tune a guitar using this guitar tuner. It basically does the same idea but in a different way. So instead of clamping onto the guitar and picking up the sound through the headstock, it picks up the sound by playing a note, and it will pick up the signal through the microphone on the phone, and it will tell me whether or not it's in tune or not, and then it operates the exact same way as a normal tuner does. And if you haven't got a tuner yourself, then either go to the nearest music store and buy one, or go onto the internet or the app store and find the free reference to a guitar tuner, whether it's an app, whether it's a website, whether it's a downloadable feature. There's plenty of ways to find references to help you tune your guitar. So no excuses. If you haven't got a means of getting tuned the guitar, then go do your research and get one. We'll start off with tuning the first string. It's only fair to go in order, so we're going to start off with the thickest one, string 6. Now that is currently, according to this is saying that this is flat. In fact that it's so flat it is almost at E flat, and we don't want E flat, we want E natural because we want to be in standard tuning. So what we're going to do, we're going to have to tighten the note and make it higher. So what we're going to do, we're going to take the first tuning peg. If you've got a guitar like mine with 3 tuning pegs on the top and then 3 at the bottom, then the one for the 6th string is the one closest to you on facing the ceiling. If it's like the Fender guitars where it's all in a straight line on one row, then it's the one that's closest to you. So take the tuning peg, and we're going to go anti-clockwise, going to turn the peg in an anti-clockwise direction and tune up to the note until we get the desired pitch. There we go. It just told me that I'm now at the correct pitch for E. So let's just play that again to make sure that it sounds right. There we go. Now let's do the exact same thing with the A string. Now that, to be fair, that's actually not too far off. It's just slightly sharp, but it's still sharp. So we're going to have to tune it down this time. We're going to loosen the tension on the string. So this time we're going to take the next tuning peg over. So it's going to be the one in the center here, on the top half. Or if you've got a Fender, then it's going to be the second one along. And we're going to play the note. And this time we're going to tune clockwise. We're going to turn it clockwise. So loosen the tension. And when you're tuning a string to a pitch that's further down than the pitch that you're currently at, always tune down past the note you're wanting to go to, then tune back up to the note. And the reason being is that you will, by tuning back up to the note after tuning the note flat, you will create that little bit extra tension of the string around the tuning peg, and it will keep its tuning in check. It will keep it prevent it from the risk of basically going out of tune just because there's no excess tension on the peg. If you just tune it straight down, there'll be no tension, and it could easily just lose grip and it'll go flat. And to avoid that, just simply tune way past the note, then tune back up to the note. So that's what we're going to do now. So because now we're flat, so we're going to turn it clockwise again, go back up to, so we can get up to A. Right, now let's move on to D, which is it'll be the next tuning peg over. We'll play the notes. So now it's actually slightly flat, so we're going to have to turn the peg anti-clockwise this time, just like we did with the low E string. So tune it up to D. There we go. Just play it again, make sure that it sounds right. There we go. So now let's move on to the next string, G this time. Now that's actually F sharp, which is half a step down from G, so we're going to have to move it up. Now this doesn't apply to you if you've got a Fender guitar, because all the strings, if you want to sharpen the note, you turn it clockwise. If you want to loosen it, then you go clockwise. But if you've got like a Yamaha, like I've got here with the 3 tuning pegs on either side, when you're using the pegs that's on the side facing the floor, it's going to be the other way around. So to sharpen the note, you're going to turn it clockwise. If you want to loosen the note, then you want to turn it anti-clockwise. So because we want to sharpen the G string, we're going to turn it clockwise. So let's do that now. That's our G string. Now we've got 2 more strings to go, B and high E's. Just to go to the B string now. Yeah, that's actually a bit sharp, so we're going to apply the same technique that we did with the A string. We're going to loosen the string and going to make it flatter than the desired note. Then we're going to sharpen the note again, and we're going to put it to the correct pitch. Remember, anti-clockwise to lower the pitch. That's now B flat, so we want to go back up again, so let's turn it clockwise again. And that's B. Finally, we've got one more string, the high E string, so let's just do it. It's okay, so it's slightly sharp, so we're going to same thing as we did with the B string. Turn it clockwise. Okay, so now the note is slightly flat. I'm going to turn it the other way now. I'm going to put it back up to the correct pitch. And that's it. Make sure that sounds all good. Let's play every single note on the guitar and make sure that it sounds okay. Sounds good to me. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all there is to it. Every time you need to tune your guitar, all you need to do is have a reference to a pitch, and then play the string and let the guitar tuner tell you what notes, whether it's flat or sharp or if it's correct, and if it needs correcting then you just adjust accordingly using the tuning pegs. And do that for every string, and then play the chord afterwards to make sure that it sounds good, and you're good to go. You can play whatever you want afterwards. And as I say, it only takes around a minute or so. It shouldn't take any more longer for you to do it than that. 2 minutes of your life each day, that is well worth it, because your guitar will sound awesome once you've properly got it in tune. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for this lesson. Next lesson I'm going to show you how to tune the guitar again, but this time, unlike this lesson where I showed you how to tune the guitar with a tuner, I'm going to show you how to do it without a tuner. Now, that may sound like near impossible. How can you tune a guitar if you don't know what note is correct? But that is actually a way of doing it, and that is exactly what I'm going to show you in the next lesson. So stay tuned for that if you're interested to find out how to tune, because there might be a situation where you won't be able to use a tuner and you need to tune your guitar. Could be handy. So stay tuned for that, and check out my other lessons on my other series. I've got plenty of other lessons for you to explore and to learn something new. Take care everyone, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.